Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. You know who it is. And it's time for our weekly track roundup. Where I go over what I felt were the worst and the best tracks of the week, according to yours truly. They're all linked down below regardless, so you can check them out for yourself. We have quite a bit of material to go over in this one, so maybe buckle up for a long haul here. I guess we'll see how things progress through this one. Also down in the description box, of course, is a link to our Turntable Lab link. It's a link to our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it. And if you buy some vinyl over there, some turntable equipment, that sort of thing, helps out the channel, helps out the show. Also, our Patreon page. Woo, 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 Patreon page. Ba-boom. Yes, it's patreon.com/TheNeedleDrop. Jump over there, get some extra bonus monthly content access to our private little exclusive Discord community, and so many more things as well. Check it out. See if it's for you. Again, link down below. And one more shout out to the wonderful people over at Ridge. Yes, that's it. Ridge. Another year a wallet salesman, y'all. Another year a wallet salesman. They're still making these nifty, awesome, minimalist, slim, slick, metal-plated wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Don't go another year with that disgusting, filthy, vomit-inducing leather wallet sitting in your pocket. Just upgrade today. Upgrade using that link down below. Promo code MELON, 10% off. And also down below, our newsletter. Sign up for that. Don't miss a single piece of content that we do. It's all in the weekly newsletter. Fun for everyone. All right, worst tracks of the week. New one from the legendary post-rock outfit Mogwai, where they deliver some completely forgettable vocals over a reverby, gentle rock instrumental. It is snooze fest from front to back, in my view, which again is a shame considering how much I love much of the band's past work. Then we have this doo-doo Travis Scott remix for the song Goosebumps of all tracks. I don't know why. Now of all times we need to drop a remix of Goosebumps, but it's a very generic, like, run-of-the-mill dance mix. I really have no idea why this needs to be. Then we have Blake Shelton. Yes, the Blake Shelton singing a track titled Minimum Wage, which, hey, honestly, fingers crossed. I was hoping this was like, a voice in solidarity with those fighting for 15 right now, a living wage, but no, it's just like a really crappy turn of phrase about, I guess, someone's love making you feel rich even though you're on minimum wage, which, considering it's probably been a long time since Blake Shelton has been on minimum wage, if ever, I don't know. And I don't know. It seems kind of like tacky right now, considering how many people are suffering out there at the moment, but whatever. All right, we also have this Autechre remix of Sophie's Bip. Again, sort of a surprising track to remix now of all times, and not crazy about it. Some of the rhythms and some of the grooves are cool, but the way the vocals are sort of stripped so bare leaves them feeling very awkward and not pleasurable, even though, again, it's like, the vocals from the original track, which on the original track, they're touched up in such a way where they're kind of weird and bubbly, compelling, but in this context, not so much. Also, Ameer Vann drops a new one, new single where he's continuing down this bad boy route and does it over an instrumental and with a flow too, where he just kind of sounds like some, I don't know, 2012, 2013 Odd Future Tyler, the Creator. I have no idea where he's going with this. This has just been done before and been done better. All right, let's move on to the tracks that I thought were meh. Weren't really doing too much for me, but I thought I would still point them out. Maybe you guys will like them more than me. A new one from the legendary indie-tronic outfit Sweet Trip. This particular one, they dropped like a double single over here. And the A-side, in my opinion, is a very so-so piece of jangle pop balladry that reaches a somewhat cool instrumental climax. Walkers Beware, We Drive Into the Sun is the title of it. We also have this very strange, like cumbia remix of Run the Jewels, Ooh La La. I mean, I love that it happened. I'm not super crazy about the end result, but it's cool that it exists. I totally like give this an A for effort. You know, I don't know if like it gels as well as it could, but it's actually one of the most surprising and creative remixes, and I guess most unlikely remixes I think I've heard in years. So give it a try. Give it a try. We also have this new one from Black Country New Road, Track X, which I found to be pretty uneventful from front to back. Sort of wondering why they dropped it as a single, but I could very much see this tense, low-key song working within the track list of the band's new album. It's just kind of a head-scratcher as a single, honestly. Then we have NOFX, who have seen fit to basically lay to rest their classic song Linewleum with this new revised version where they're kind of singing about ending their, I guess, playing or support or something of the song. I don't know why you would just kind of decide to throw out such a popular track in your canon and do it with Avenged Sevenfold of all bands. I really have no idea, but I don't know. Either way, it's kind of a funny bit of meta commentary for the band. Check it out. All right, a new one from Julian Baker, Hard Line. I think it has a passionate instrumental finish, very lush, very thick, but for the most part, it just feels like some very run-of-the-mill, indie singer-songwriter stuff up until that point. Not too crazy about it, but if this is like really your bag, you're going to love the shit out of this. All right, Bad Boy, new one from Young Thug and Juice WRLD, and it's okay. It's really missing something in my view. Getting these two together on this particular track to me wasn't really fireworks. Beat was okay. Thugger's flow really could have used some variation as well, and I don't know, just not really impressed by it. I think maybe if it were delivered in a more low-key fashion, it would be kind of understandable, but given the music video, like the titling, the cover art, everything, I don't know, like it just seems like the promotion of it is blown out of proportion, and the track itself is just like, I don't know, okay. We have a new one from Howard Murray over here, Bang, which I think it does consistently display the angular, very creative, and I guess a multi-genred brand of rock music that she typically dabbles in. But I don't know, whoever produced and mixed this track really did her dirty on the gang vocals here, because her layered vocals during those moments are so pitchy and harsh and just unflattering. I really have no idea why. I think that that move vocally on the track is a good one in concept, but execution are really left a lot to be desired. All right, a new one from Danny L. Harl over here, On a Mountain. It's not bad. It develops pretty well. It's got some decent beats and grooves on it, but for the most part, it sounds like a very tame piece of 2000s era dance pop. Not a whole lot to it that I'm too crazy about, honestly. Foo Fighters, man, another Foo Fighters single that is just kind of okay. Waiting on a War is the title of this one. I mean, instrumentally, I find it to be as drab as everything else they've been putting out in this recent cycle, but the more I listen to the lyrical side, the more I kind of vibe with the sentiment of the whole thing of, really feeling on edge of, I guess, your country and your world socially and politically kind of falling apart, being on the verge of something terrible and awful. And I think that's a sentiment and, a point of view that a lot of people can kind of, sympathize and, really relate to at the moment. And I think lyrically Dave Grohl put a lot of his feelings here pretty well. That being said, though, the tune oddly reminds me of parts of I wanna soak up the sun. Like it's really weird, and honestly, like the guitar chords for me sound like maybe a little too cheery for a song this concept and theme, but whatever. All right, new one from Flo Milli. Flo Milli with Kenny Beats on production. Roaring 20s is the title. Pretty excited to hear her new project. I feel like this song generally could have used more. I mean, it had a banging beat. It had, that Flo Milli vocal delivery and flow. But, after that first verse, it just kind of dipped and didn't really go anywhere else. But that kind of seems to be her style. And honestly, like, given the popularity and the expectation of this thing going off on the TikTok platform, you don't really need too much more, like you don't need a full 4 or 3 minute song. You just need a verse, like an intro, a few popping lines that people just kind of go off to, and that'll be that. All right, here's a bit of an unexpected one from an artist named Dayglow, whose work I don't think I've heard up until this point. Close to You is the name of the track, Close to You. And it's a pretty decent song. I love the tune a lot. I think the production is quite great as well. Like, goddamn, those synthesizers and the hook, really go off. That being said, though, aesthetically, it's not the most original track in the world. It's very 80s synth pop pastiche. Maybe a little MGMT influence here, and the vocals are nothing to write home about, but this is kind of one of those moments where, the production and the songwriting really outshine, the lack of originality and, just kind of make the track appealing anyway. All right, we have one from DaBaby as well, Masterpiece. Not with that Photoshop job, it's not, definitely not. And while parts of it do bang, I would say generally this is a pretty run-of-the-mill track for DaBaby, but not so generic that it fell into the worst category or was dreadfully boring. Beat I thought was pretty bubbly, but that steady DaBaby flow is certainly there in spades. All right, new one from this artist that I'm just hearing about this week as well. C. Tangana, Comerte Entra is the title of the track. And it's kind of like a very modern hip-hop infused piece of bossa nova. Not crazy about the vocal performance, but the combination of styles going on here is pretty interesting, and frankly I would love to hear this artist and others sort of come through with something that's kind of blending these same sounds. I mean, it certainly seems like it's on the verge of something. Blank Mass has creatively titled this new track Inferno. I like that quite a bit. I think that's quite good. And yes, I'm enjoying the crushing, pummeling ending on this one, but for the most part, a lot of this track's time is spent just embodying this very tense, somewhat typical piece of synthwave music. For sure, it's very busy and certainly is intense in some respects, but aesthetically, I feel like this is almost unadventurous for Blank Mass at this point, frankly. All right, Sundial, new one from Bicep. It's a pretty dreamy piece of electronic music. It's got some driving tech beats on it, and I don't know, it's all right. I mean, the vocal chops are okay too. I think it's got a good vibe for the first half, but then it kind of trails off in the second a little bit. 3435 remix with Ariana Grande, or, from Ariana Grande, with Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion. As much as Doja and Megan do their thing here, I mean, I don't know. Not even they could save this very so-so track from Ari, honestly. And let's move into the songs that I thought were best this week. We have a handful. Let's go. We're making good time. Stereolab, they have come out, don't get too excited here. They're going to be dropping, amazing classic band Stereolab. They're going to be dropping another series of rarities and extras and stuff. Switched On Volume 4. Unfortunately, not like a brand new album, as good and as fun as that would be, but still, Dimension M2 is the name of the track, and it's quite cool. Loving the synths on this one, loving the grooves, loving the instrumental switch up in the midpoint, and liking how tongue-in-cheek the song is in some respects too. It's really sweet. All right, we have one from Lil Texas, Mind Splitter, another banger. Boo boo boo, another banger. I love how this dude continues to push this harsh, aggressive, hard-hitting, very edgy brand of electronic dance music, while simultaneously, like, in very faithful ways, referencing back to these various styles of hardcore, be that gabber or be that a whole host of other things. And I love how he just kind of fuses it all together into this just hard-hitting, crushing sound. Just can't wait to hear when this guy drops a fuller project. All right, Chemtrails Over the Country Club, new track from Lana Del Rey. Reviewed this one over on the Fantano channel. We'll link that one down below too. Thought it was good. Piano, vocals, luscious backing instrumentation too, and arrangements. Very much felt in the same aesthetic vein as much of everything on Norman fucking Rockwell. I think it could have used a bit of punching up on the writing end, as the lyrics don't really describe too much, in my view, thematically, that she hasn't gone into before, but enjoy the tune, enjoy where it's trying to go instrumentally. So new one from Gatecreeper over here. They have this like new mini album or project out right now that's pretty intriguing. It features a lot of short, pummeling, like grind type death metal cuts that really hit you hard. But then the closing track, Emptiness, is this 11-minute multi-phase monster that moves from like death metal to doom to a bit of black metal as well, and kind of this very stripped back atmospheric passage that feels almost like a screamo buildup or something. It's really a trip, man. It's really a trip. There's some undertones of sludge as well. It's all over the place, but it's still quite good. It's still quite good. Give it a listen. It's an epic fucking track. And, while you're at it, give, the rest of their new project a listen too. All right, we have a new one from Danny Elfman. Sorry is the title, and I love how this one, along with the last track he dropped recently, totally kick fucking ass. They're harrowing, they're dark, they're weird, they're totally and absolutely mental. I'm actually catching some Scott Walker vibes a little bit on this track too. Give it a listen. It's quite a trip. David Bowie, new posthumous track from him that is pretty raw on the recording end, but solid tune, great vocal performance, really great vocal performance, I'll say. A real stunner on the emotional end. Trying to Get to Heaven is the title of this one. Give it a try. And Alton Gun, Amsterdam band, has come through with a really like psyche groovy number on this one over here, which you should definitely give a try. Yüce dag Basinda is the title of this one, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's quite good. It's quite good. It's quite good. It's quite good. Can't really say anything too bad about it. Apparently, this track comes from a record that is going to be dropping in February as well, so I'm certainly looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are too. And, Ashnikko as well has a new EP out. Wanted to point you guys to this track over here, L8r Boi, which is a bit of a creative revision of the Avril Lavigne classic Skater Boy. And I like the liberties that she takes with the track. I like the vibe and energy of it. I think it's quite an interesting and fun change of pace through many of the other songs on the EP. And, Frango Eletrico. I know this isn't a brand new track over here. This one dropped back in December, but I missed it. I didn't jam it until recently, and goddamn, this is a great piece of, like, funky, poppy, slick, Brazilian music that you guys should definitely listen to. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. And, one more Alice Gas over here with this BALONEY Freestyle, which is a true blue hyperpop banger. Give it a shot, too. And, that's the weekly track roundup. We had quite a few tracks for you guys, a lot of tracks. But hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this video. Once more, shout out to the good people over at That Ridge. Sign up to the newsletter and be chill, be good to each other. And love y'all. Anthony Fantano, forever.